This week we're taking a look at two New Zealand native plants, and they're both fuchsias. Fuchsia excorticata, which is the tree fuchsia, and I just to be aware, I actually do abbreviate the excorticata down to excortica in the video, so that's just one thing. And also we've got Fuchsia procumbens, which is one of the smallest fuchsias in the world, if not the smallest, and that's a small ground cover. Hi guys, and welcome back to another exciting episode. In this episode we're looking at native plants of the week, and this one here is the tallest fuchsia in the world, and it's called Fuchsia excortica, or the kotukutuku. I think that's the Maori pronunciation. Okay, so it's a really cool plant. It's very different when you see it in the sort of native New Zealand bush, because it's got this very sort of interesting bark. It's reddish and papery, a bit flaky, and it really makes it sort of stand out. And of course it's tall. It'll get up to around about anywhere between 6 to maybe 7 or 8 meters, and around about sort of maybe 5 to sort of 8 meters in width. So pretty decent size. And of course it's the flowers that it makes it unusual, because it's the tallest tree fuchsia, and the flowers themselves will flower not just on the stems but also on the trunk. That's called cauliflowery, which is very sort of unusual. It's a bit of an adaptation to help, I think, the tuis and things, birds like that, to help to sort of feed the nectar, and obviously pollination is part of that game as well. So it is a New Zealand native. It will grow throughout New Zealand, prefers it by a sort of watery sort of stream or a sort of shady bank. That's where it prefers, but it seems to be quite tolerant of the cold. Now in cold climates it tends to be deciduous, so in very cold climates it will tend to lose its leaves. Sometimes people thinking that's deciduous, but it's sort of responding to the cold. And then in the Auckland climates it will tend to sort of keep those leaves on. The leaves are quite cool, sort of elongated, or I would say, I guess you'd call that lanceolate, and of course it's got the pale silvery almost leaf on the undersurface. So it's a great tree for a garden, just to bring in the tuis, bring in the native wildlife, and also it's unusual. So I'd definitely think about putting this in your garden to add that sort of flowers and foliage and bark combinations, and it's New Zealand native, so you can't really go wrong. Okay guys, so that's the Fuchsia excortica tree of the week, New Zealand native tree of the week, and also it is a flowering plant which is worthy of a mention, and obviously flowering in sort of springtime. And this one here has been cut back. This is in Botanic Gardens. This one's been cut back. It looks like it's got a bit of borer, but obviously I will have shown you some of the ones that I've photographed in the South Island, which were looking particularly good, more in the natural sort of settings. While we're looking at native fuchsias, I thought we'd look at this one. This is Fuchsia procumbens. It's a very low ground cover, and it's great. It's a great little ground cover, and what's cool at the moment, it's flowering, and it has these little kind of small yellow flowers, and quite a little bit insignificant, but at the moment it's sort of getting covered in, and because we're basically coming up to end of October. So this is flowering at the moment, and this is a little tiny fuchsia. This fuchsia also likes it, like most fuchsias, a little bit in a sort of slightly shaded place. A little bit of moisture in the soil does help too. Okay guys, I thought I'd just add that one too, because that's a really cool native as well, but a ground cover. So we've had a look at the other one there, the tree fuchsia, and also the ground cover fuchsia, both New Zealand natives.